Okay, let me start. Yes. So, hello everyone, and very good evening, friends. Welcome to the webinar. And we are discussing about a library, which is a library used for game development in Python. So, first of all, this is a very powerful library, right? For developing your graphical user interface applications like games, multimedia, etc. So, what we will do with this PyGet library is we have to create an app kind of thing, a game kind of thing, opening so many windows at a time. All these are possible using this PyGlet library. So this is what we have to understand. And the first important feature here is you can use it on Windows or Mac or Linux. And it supports so many features, one out of which is windowing, right? It can also handle events, right? It helps in loading the images, doing changes with the videos, creating icons, right? You can do changes with music also. But if at all you want to provide, everything should be secure enough. It's a matter of security, and you don't want to expose it. Mostly, what you do is there is an approved license version also, right? You can use it for both. I can say it as it's an open source, but the other way around, it can be commercial as well. So there is little restriction on few scenarios where it has to be. It's like a paid version is available for this. So this is our PyGlet library. So this library, what you have to do is you have
Excuse
to.
me, ma'am, could you share your screen?
Sorry,
Have you shared your screen?
I did not get it.
We didn't see anything. Have you shared your screen?
I just shared it, right? You said someone said yes. Okay.
No, we are able to see the screen.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, fine. I shared it. I thought I asked it. Okay. Okay. Is it visible now? Is it visible now?
Ma'am, it's not visible. It's only showing a black screen, black transparent screen. That's it.
Now?
Yeah, ma'am. It's visible now.
No, yes.
This was not visible earlier?
No.
Acha, okay, no problem. So this is PyGlet library, right? This is a library what we are using here only for gaming development. Okay, it's very powerful, and the way we use it, it is very easy, right? So good thing is that any library we are using in Spider, it works on all the operating systems, whether it is Windows, whether it is Linux, whether it is Mac, it is flexible enough. Okay, the good thing of this library here is you are using it on Windows, Mac, and Linux. The second thing is whatever deployment we are trying to do using a Flask, a kind of deployment can be done using this library. It means that it will support a feature which is called as windowing feature. Okay, the feature is windowing feature. So many windows can pop up at a single time. You need not toggle between the windows. You are opening one window and you're opening the second window, it can run. right? Multiple windows you can open in a single go. So user interface event handling can be done. You can load an image from a particular resource. You have saved an image, you can load a particular image. Second thing is that you can even load videos. You can create icons, right? And also you can play sounds, music using this library. And one thing what I have explained you is that there are few cases, problems, or any code part which you don't want to expose it, or you want to maintain some security in here. You have a licensed version of this library. But little restrictions are there, right? Security wise. So you have to, for commercial purpose, yes, definitely you have a licensed version here. So the main thing here is some or other library, if you see, when you try to install it, right, what is that you do? You want some dependencies, some requirements are there. It says that you have to work with only this version of Python, like that. Here it is not at all a problem. It does not have any problem, like no external libraries are required, other dependency libraries are not required. Directly single line of code you can install this library, right? So the advantage, as I told you, different windows are open, multiple windows you can visualize in a single go. So full screen games, or you can talk about multiple screens, whatever. And you, if it is your PNG format image, or you have JPG format image, right, that can be also loaded easily, provided you give the path. The resource allocation should be done properly, right? So it's always helping you. Security is the biggest concern here, so that is also solved using your open source license version BSD. So how do you install this library? You install this library like all other libraries only. You install it using pip install PYGLET, the single line of code. Okay, so the installation process is easy. It is good in handling joysticks. It's good in handling music, right? So anyone just take this line of code and you can type it in the spider, it would work. So how is it going to work here? I have already installed it, so I'll not have any problem in that. Pip pip, what is that line of code? It will support for all the versions here. Okay, so first we have to create our window in Python PYGLET. You create an object here. We are asking it, create an object using pyglet.window.window. So this is used, I'm just creating a label in PYGLET. We are creating a simple label in our window. So I want to open a window. In that window, I would like to add some text data here. So now I have added some small information here, like I have given, this is my text. What should be the font name? What should be the font size? What should be the width of the window, right? And height. It should be center. Axis we are giving center or what. Once you give your specifications here in the text.label function, you are giving it in text.label function. What we have to do is we have to override using onDraw. This is a method which I am creating, and I have created a constructor here which I am using it here at new underscore window dot event. So in that, what we are doing now, in that I'm writing an onDraw method. In that method, we clear the window and we are drawing the label on that particular window. Whatever the earlier is there, you are removing that. You draw the label on the window. At end, label.draw will draw the content, whatever we asked it to draw, and you are running it. So it's just like we have created an app here. Like how do you run, if at all you are doing entire code is written, whether it is any machine learning algorithm code you have written, you are deploying it to a web browser. So when you run this code, what is that it should get? Everything can go in a single run. You can run everything here, which will help you to see this content on the page. So let me show you. Hello world. This is a new window what you are getting. So app.run is running and it is allowing me to do this. So I can just minimize it. I'll stop it. I'm stopping the code here. So what I can do here is I can also pull images. I can add an image here. So how do you add an image? You can add pyglet.window.window. This line of code is same, but here you are just giving your label, right? But what you have to give, you have to give your resource image. Suppose you have an image stored here somewhere on the desktop or in the downloads, right? So I have an image here. So what will I do? I have to save that image with a proper format, whether it is JPEG format or anything. The lines of code will be again same. DEF, ONDRA, you have to clear it. But we are not drawing anything because the label is something what we have used and we are using draw function out of it. So you're asking you to draw that. What you have to write is you have to use image function there. So we are using pyglet.resource.image for adding images. But what is that you have to make sure? You have to enter into that particular directory. See, my directory is this. I'm running in this directory, but I have saved that image somewhere here. What will happen? It will throw me error that it is not found usually. So you have to change your current working directory. Right? Wherever I have saved it or wherever now, if it's on desktop, I change it like this. Okay, that otherwise I will copy paste and I'll move it to that directory. So I'm into that particular directory here. I did not run OS. What happened? Yeah. See here, exception ignored on calling C types, and we have interrupted it, whatever run was happening. So this is where you see the Flask application where the rendering is happening using HTML format. But here you are seeing that the same app.run function you are using, same rendering is happening with a window what you have created, and the event is occurring using your custom function what you are writing here. So you can, everything is happening using a decorator. You can use a decorator and do it. And whenever you're calling our loop here, by default, it will enter into the Pyglet, and you're using this run method, it will return when all the application is completely done properly. Provided whatever previous windows or images that you have used for copy pasting or moving the path, all those should be closed. You cannot open this window. Now my data, there's a label data, no problem, but I cannot open this image and I cannot use it. This will not understand. It will throw in another, the path is not found. You can create icons, you can create titles, right? Like that, bunch of things can be done. Now I'm using pyglet.text.this. So I can use pyglet. Wait, 1 minute. The code becomes complicated, but the good thing is that we are not writing one HTML code, one resource code, one result HTML page and home HTML page. We are not doing all those things. In a single go, you are pulling it, give the path. loading an image. You have created any icon. So you just use different function, different code here. You have to load wherever the path is there, and you want to work with an icon. So if the icon is in this format, you pull the code like this. So you have to use different code like this. Window dot, you are setting an icon. You're setting your icon, and whatever name you have given here, you have to create. So the code will be adding, you can add a size, you can change accordingly, you can give you a height, you can give you a width, resizable can take place, even you can use Boolean values here. Different window styles are also appearing. You want a border to your window, right? You want to make it borderless, you want to make it, let it go with the default only, let it go with a dialog box, or you want to do it, use a different tool. All this can be used even in icon page or any window specifications you want to give. This is also helping you to work with your GIF images also, any animated code. Right? The storage of the images is up to your any developer who is working with that. Right? They can each be discrete, or it can be anything. Any animation can be loaded directly from the image file. So what will be the code for that? Simply you use a code load underscore animation. You use this load, provided you have to have that animation GIF file. Suppose I have a file, I'll just say my pic dot, format should be GIF. So it will give you an animation. But what are the common things? App.run is a common thing. So you can play MP3 songs. You can play MP4 videos in this library. You can implement many functions which are common to any media player using your player class. You can also do queuing here. You can also handle keyboard events in this. Right? Couple of keyboard focus can be done using your mouse pointer. Thing is that different ways of handling things here is also possible on this PYGLET library. So what are the advantages of this? This is a code. What are the usages here? For any graphics, for any game controllers, for working with image data, loading the images, changes can be done easily. Because when you are pulling an image data, any library or any Python code will only see it as this much MKB file. It will not show you image data as an image. Directly, it will not pop up like an image. You have to make it into structured format and then visualize the output. But this will help you to directly go to that particular location, go to the particular resource where you have saved it. It will pull the data directly, showcases the image to you. That is an advantage here. So multiple windows, multiple monitor desktops is an advantage of this. Because any code you do, image or video or music or anything, it is all are different structures here. It is all unstructured format. But here it is not at all required to make it into structured format and work on it. Directly you're pulling as is. But thing is that you want to press which symbol through keyboard. You want to press key A or press key B or enter it. Those things you change. But common things are windowing is common. This part of the code will change and this part is changing here. Here, whatever image you are using, you will change it here. So every time you do some changes, it will clear it and it will pop up with a new output, whatever you are expecting it to do. So many functions common to any media player is done, but common things are app.run, and you are using a constructor here to run this. This is your constructor here. So in PYGLET, there is a submodule called as Windows. In that Windows, you have a function called as capital W. That is a difference you have to observe here. So other way around, you want to use from PYGLET, you can import a window. You can give your specifications of that. label or image, or you can add a size, change things. It's up to us now. How pleasing you want to make it, you can make it. So this is a PYGLET library, very, very effective for our gaming development. Okay. Yeah, that's it from my side, friends. Yeah, thank you.